Boop, boop, boop.
Yeah. Stay away from the buffalo, Chad, because they're extremely dangerous.
So it seems like this is a theme on the trip with misfire is blown fuses for the fan to cool it off. So hopefully we don't have to do this every single day, but at least we know it's a quick fix, at least temporarily, to get back on the trail. So
one fan run and isn't enough. We need. Oh.
I forgot our good luck charm. Yeah, that's why we're having issues on the road this morning.
I'm not a superstitious man, but I'm a superstitious man.
I'm not superstitious. I'm just slightly stitious.
Yeah, I'm mildly stitious.
She tends to run good as long as you don't stop. It's the stopping thing she doesn't like. Stopping and interstates. So as long as we're low speed, off-road, and just keep on going, never have an issue.
I mean, it is an off-road truck, right?
Yeah.
Well, and again, custom builds.
Yeah.
Hit the road for thousands of miles with 60 miles on it.
So AC bracket broke off, ear tab on it, and then another bolt sheared off inside the engine block. So we still have three, potentially two bolt holes left over that we can hold that bracket on with. So we're gonna try and call ahead to a parts store and see if we can get that bracket. But for now, and for going over Madonna Pass, misfire is going to be without AC.
Albert has managed to take the most reliable off-road vehicle in the history of mankind and make it not so.
We're about ready. We're just packing up the last few things on this, and then we're gonna ski-daddle
Up Madonna Pass.
Yeehaw!
Madonna Pass.
1, 2, 3.
Rats!
Everybody say it.
A few miles into the team's climb up Madonna Pass, more cooling issues start to arise. Only this time, it wasn't the Land Cruiser.
My engine temps are a little bit high here. How high? 230, needles going up. 230 is good. Try and pull off here at this little part behind me and take a rest. Yeah, there's actually a spot up here we can all fit into. That'll be great. Keep going. We'll catch up with you, Jacob.
That must have been a fun one to change up here.
Looks like this might be the pull-off spot to fix something.
Yeah.
And or camp. There's a fire right there. Fire pit.
Well, here we are again assessing another issue. As we stop to give the Forerunner a chance to cool down, Chad cranks the heat in his vehicle. This is going to act as an auxiliary radiator and help decrease engine temps. After a visual inspection, it is unclear why temperatures suddenly spiked. Our only conclusion is a possible crack in the radiator causing a lack of pressure. We decided to continue pushing forward with the heat on full blast, keeping a close eye on temps.
It's amazing.
That's pretty cool. First time I've been to Great Sand Dunes. Where'd all the sand come from?
This is pretty cool.
So we made it to Great Sand Dune National Park, and we came over Moderna Pass, and that was pretty neat. So it's pretty cool, this part of the country, and at this elevation, because you have these massive sand dunes over here, and then off in the distance you have snow-capped mountains. So it's about 90 degrees out here. Feels like 110. The sand's super hot, but it's pretty cool being out here and seeing these amazing sand dunes.
With a long push to Loveland ahead of us, we decide to get an early start on our day. Jacob and Albert will be splitting off in Denver. They're going to pick up family from the airport and acquire more parts for the Land Cruiser. The team will reconvene later in the day, and we will make our way to the high country.
Once we find a grocery store, I will send you guys the address, and we'll just all link up there. Once we get done with our grocery shopping, we'll find a nearby laundromat and take care of that as well. Then we'll all be back together and can hit the road.
Copy.
10-4 sounds like a plan. I told Chad, but my guy, the local guy that's going to hang with us for a couple days and show us some stuff, is supposed to meet me at Sherpa. He's already up there, but I'm just going to tell him to link up with you guys when you get there. So just introduce yourself to Casey and show him around, and then, of course, bring him with you when you guys leave to come and link back up with us. Will do.
Upon reaching Denver, Jacob and Albert go their separate ways while the rest of the crew heads north to meet up with a Rally Wrap partner and tour their facility. Our partnership with Sherpa started back in 2020, and it is an absolute pleasure to finally meet some of their folks in person. Even though most of their crew was either out wheeling or spending the weekend with family, Hayden and Zoe were kind enough to stick around and show us where they work their magic.
Oh yeah, it looks like business is booming for you guys.
Oh yeah. Yeah, we love the shop, super nice shop, but we've just outgrown it.
Yeah.
It's a lot more that we want to be able to do, but we just don't have the space.
Yeah. How long have you guys been here in this spot?
In this shop, about 10 months now.
Okay.
So.
Did you start here or no?
No, this is our second shop.
Oh,
we
wow.
started in a garage, of course.
Yeah. Nice.
Grew into a little 2,000 square foot shop. It was 1,800.
Cool.
And this is about 5,000 square feet, and the new one is 26,000. So
Nice.
You think you
Big-
guys will
big
fill
upgrades.
that up pretty quick, or?
yeah, in the computer, we've got everything laid out, all the machines, whatnot. It's full.
Yeah.
So luckily, it has space behind it to build more if we have to. So we at least have options instead of cornering ourselves in where there's nowhere to go. We can't expand and we have to look elsewhere. So
Yeah.
it's nice to at least have that possibility if we need. Hopefully, we need it. This will run 9-10 hours a day. Still not enough, which is why we're moving, getting more equipment, etc. But that's what we try and do all the cutting on. You can see all these corners that probably came off Thursday afternoon. So this will fill with garnet and water, which more or less this.
That's what's actually cutting. So it's sand, more or less. It's garnet, but it's sand. It's the same stuff that's on sandpaper.
Yeah.
And then it mixes with water at 50,000 psi.
High pressure.
Cut through anything here. And then from here we have processing kit where things get sanded, this burr's taken off, whatnot. Really just clean them up, and they either go to powder coat from here or just raw aluminum.
Yeah.
And then our press brake for all of our mounts, different accessories, but thing too.
Sherpa designs and manufactures extremely durable roof racks and other quality overlanding accessories. However, that is only part of why we value this partnership. Their values as a company are visible in how they treat customers and are also reflected in the quality of their craftsmanship. They are an American company comprised of genuinely kind people, committed to excellence, and that is why we support Sherpa. During our tour, Hayden obviously had to fire up the race truck. It's a 2004 4Runner they use in competition. The truck is also a host used for product testing, marketing, and just plain fun.
A lot of these are lights and whatnot, locker, air compressor, helmet air. So you've got this air pumper. You hook these up to your helmet along with your comms so that you're blowing clean filtered air in there.
Right.
Let's see, what else do we got here? Yeah, really just a lot of lights.
Yeah.
Radio. And of course the horn. That's a big one.
Yeah.
Hopefully using that a lot because that means you're passing people.
Right.
So the fuel, how big is the fuel tank?
It's a 22 gallon, so pretty much the factory size, but it's also something we catch a lot of people off guard on racing. Everyone out there gets 2 miles a gallon.
Yeah.
This thing, even pushing it, we're always way high in the RPMs and whatnot.
Yeah.
It gets like 9 or 10 miles a gallon.
Dude,
so
not bad.
it certainly helps
Not
us too,
bad at
because
all.
that means we have to do less pit stops.
Albert and family rejoined the team and was able to get in a quick tour, swap build stories, and show off his beloved Land Cruiser.
It's not bad. It's not bad. Little stuff like they forgot to send me the little plates for a couple of the crossbars.
Interesting. I've never seen the plates like that.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
It's a huge tent. It's a huge tent, but I got a big family. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I
think it's the
it
biggest
was one of the things. It was like
hybrid
my
on the
wife's
market
gonna-
right now.
Even though Sherpa is moving to a larger location that can accommodate their growing business, it was great to see the facility where they established themselves as a trusted brand within the industry. We love to see our friends absolutely crushing it and hope to return in the future to meet the rest of their team. After fueling up and restocking supplies to get us through the next few days, we finally ascend into Colorado's higher elevations.
We are just outside of Golden, Colorado. We started making our ascent into the mountains, and my truck, Albert's truck, I don't know about Charles's or the Taco, but these long pulls up the mountain is really harsh on the transmission with all the weight and the engine heating up, and it's pretty gnarly. So for me, I'm having to drop it down into fourth and just like chug my way up, going like 50 miles an hour, which is not really something that this is a whole new driving experience just on the road itself, getting into the mountains, at least with this rig and all the weight. So, and then, Albert's pulling a trailer with his heavy ass Land Cruiser as is, so even with the LS, it's like we're having to pull off and pull down and make sure that the vehicles are good before we just keep ascending up to the top. So it's just something to keep in the back of your head when you're building out a rig and you got all this weight, because we are expedition loaded right now, like to the brim. We just stocked up on fuel, food, water, like we are at max capacity pretty much. So it's been pretty interesting.
That's it. It is interesting to try and plan for this sort of a trip, because our thought is 2.5 weeks, 3 weeks off grid. We got to have everything to make that work. How you gonna make that work?
It's cool. Just talk louder.
Yeah,
Yeah.
But yeah, anyways, we're pulled off on the side of the road. We have great views, but we're just letting the rigs kind of cool off a minute, and then we'll get back on the road. Jacob and his buddy Casey, they're hightailing it out there. We'll make it to camp at some point, but rather take it easy than try and push it too hard. So. We got through Eisenhower Tunnel, started the descent into Silverthorne. Right between Silverthorne and Frisco, Albert had to pull over again. I got a little bit ahead of him. I'm at exit 201, so if they need a helping hand, I can turn around. But the rest of the crew is already out, at Red Cliff, and we'll get there.
Chad and Albert, they're dealing with heating issues, again. The rest of the team, however, is pressing on to hopefully make it to camp before dark. Even though much of our time on the road has been met with challenges, it has given us opportunities to problem solve and grow as a team. Whether it be divide and conquer or pool resources, we have worked through these taxing situations. But today, we get to add fresh faces to the team with the addition of Jacob's family and our friend Casey, which gives us a much-needed jolt of energy.
What's up? Finally made it to camp. Check this out.
After being on the road for about a week, this is only the second time we've set up camp before dark. We prepare for what we can, yet understand remaining flexible is important because there will always be unknown variables that can affect your plan. It may be one thing to hit the trails on the weekend or take a day trip with your family, but it's a whole different ballgame to assemble a team and coordinate all of the details for a trip of this magnitude. Nevertheless, adventures like this are worth the effort if you're willing to put in the work.
Alright, so it looks like we've got about
a mile and a half, 2 miles to get to the trailhead of Holy Cross. We take the Holy Cross Trail
to the old Holy Cross city, check out a couple mines.
Casey, do you know any history of the mines or when they were operating?
That I am unaware of. The only thing I know about the Holy Cross is they call it the Holy Cross area because the snow stays up there year-round and forms a cross in part of the mountain.
excited?
I am excited. I've never done anything like this.
Hi. You excited?
So we go up the trail?
We got monkey bar.
You got your monkey bar? Okay, good. You guys ready?
Ready? Holy Cross Trail. Here we go.
Yeah!
We're gonna get up there. You ready?
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Lights got a hold on me, can tell by the way I'm talking. I see they got a hold on you, I can tell by the way you're walking. It's getting hot, mama. It's getting hot. It's getting hot, mama. It's getting hot.
I forgot I had it on.
Playing for the winner, but it ain't much better when your feet are freezing off in your boots. It's getting hot, mama. It's getting hot. It's getting hot, mama. Oh, it's getting hot. The bright lights got a hold on me. You can tell by the holes in my pockets. So before they get a hold on you, put your money in the safe and lock it. It's getting hot, mama. Oh, it's getting
I'll give you a little bit of tension, and once there's tension on it, I'll let go.
Yeah, and then I want everybody
Up.
get uphill.
Okay.
Like I was not expecting the obstacles to be this tough, honestly. But this is cool. It's not too hard, but just hard enough to get out the recovery equipment and get through these. You want to keep it off?
Before low, give it a little throttle. Just help me help you up that little bump. It's not too bad. Just don't let your truck roll backwards real hard and yank on mine. Cause some issues.
It's getting hot. It's getting hot, mama. It's getting hot. New York City is a place to be. A hard time you've been needing. It's getting hot, mama. Oh, it's getting hot. It's getting hot, mama.
We made it this far. We're about half to 3/4 of the way up Holy Cross, and we got to this one obstacle that's just Jacob made it up, but I think that if we tried harder, if we tried to go up, we would start breaking stuff and have a difficult time just getting all the vehicles through here, and some of them like the GX may not even be able to make it in the current state that it's in. So, because I don't have lockers, and I have pretty limited clearance in the rear. So it's just, I attempted, but I was hitting my trailer hitch, which is pretty low back there. So that's okay. Like, we had a blast on the first part of the trail, and we just passed the trail going back down. So I think the plan is we're going to back down to that trail and then just have fun the rest of the day going down. And then maybe next time we can make it all the way up. But yeah, for now this has been fun.
It was a valiant effort.
Yeah, I'm glad I tried.
Yeah.
So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna head back up. We're gonna provide some more eyes for Jacob to get down the obstacle that, after some serious debate and thought and discussion and whatnot, taking into account like the team as a whole's ability and like what our experience level is, although we don't like the decision, we've made the decision not to take the rest of the vehicles up that obstacle. By the time we'd hit it on the way back down, there's a good chance it'd be dark out. It sucks really bad because not only do we not like finishing a challenge, but what's at the top would have been really cool to go explore. It's an old, I guess, mining town up there. So it's kind of bites a little bit, but it's probably the smart decision.
All right. Okay, come straight. All right, yep, keep coming. Hold that line. We're at Homestake Reservoir. We came down the trail from Holy Cross and then drove up the valley to the reservoir here. It's pretty neat. We're just taking a moment, just enjoying the views, and then I think we're gonna head back down to the bottom, explore a little of that, and then head back to camp.
It's a good day. Holy Cross was intense. We didn't make it all the way. We got cliffed out about a third of the way up, but it was still a lot of fun. Now we're at the reservoir checking out, head back to camp. Have a good night.
This valley is truly one of the most beautiful places we've camped thus far. It really is a shame that we only allotted a couple of days in this particular area of Colorado. But we've got an itinerary to follow. So with another resupply and laundry coming soon, We bask in the scenery of this early morning drive prior to getting back to civilization.
So we're outside of Leadville, and you know, a lot of us have been on the road for 7 days. We're not gonna pack, 15 pairs of pants and stuff, so we gotta do laundry. So we're at the laundry facilities. It's like I'm back in college again, so it's exciting, living on the road.
Debating whether or not I'm going to shower at a laundromat or not. $15-minute shower. That's what it is?
Yeah. I thought it was 8 minutes. It's $1 a minute. Yeah.
So if you're gonna roam
How
it out
fast
there,
can you
do
go?
it quick.
I mean, 8 minutes is better than no shower at all, I guess.
Yeah, but he said that we could shower where we're going, though.
Yeah, Telluride's got showers downtown.
Let's do that. Telluride's much nicer.
Yeah.
I vote Telluride rather than a laundromat. I think we'll do it in Telluride. Yeah, a little nicer.
With the necessary tasks out of the way, and Casey making his way back home, we're finally able to put down some hard miles toward Ouray. We soon discover the main highway route is under construction and only open at certain times to pass.
That's where we're from. It's cool.
We need to average 60 miles an hour, and we're nowhere near that, obviously, even before this. So that was to get us queued up before the road opens. So there's a little bit of a window, but we really need to be averaging 50 miles an hour to make it. Well, the only thing holding us back is speed. We'll make it there, but we're probably not going to make it in the same amount of time that you all could. I say we keep trying. We've got a little bit of a window there. I don't think we give up on it yet. I think we just, let's go and see what we can do. It's not like we're going to turn around. Well, I'm going to have to continue these pull-offs. I may even stay here and let my temperatures get a little further down than they did last time to see how much more I can get out of this summit. Sure.
All right, so we are doing another elevation climb. We are coming up to Monarch, and right now we're at 10,000 feet, and we're having to pull off because the 80 is running hot. I mean, I'm running hot too, but the 80 is running even hotter. I've got my heat cranked, windows are down, AC obviously is off with the heat on, but yeah, we gotta summit this pass and come up and over it, and we should be good. But it's just a matter of these elevation climbs. Pulling a trailer is it's a little rough, and even in the 4Runner with all my weight, it's it's controllable, but it's crazy. It's crazy.
Woo! Just gotta let it cool. So coolant temps are good. Coolant temps are about 209, but transmission temperatures are elevated significantly. We're about 230 right now on the transmission.
Okay.
No bueno. Need a minute, let it cool down, and then we can head out again, make the rest of the summit, and then should be good to go.
It's exciting.
Exciting, exciting, I like that word. Coolant temps come down quickly. They're at about 203 right now. It's just that it takes longer for the transmission, obviously, to shed some of that heat. Oh, that's long ago. Long ago. We've been rolling with the windows down for miles. Yeah.
Since the Ozarks.
Yeah. We've been doing everything to try and reduce the heat load. Keeping it in third.
All right, well, let's pull up to the flat and let's do it. Let's get it to the summit.
You want to try it?
Yeah.
Okay.
So he's gonna tow to the summit. Okay. And then when he gets to the summit, we're gonna switch it back because Steve does not have a braking mechanism to brake this trailer. Okay. Going up shouldn't be a problem. Yeah.
It's just we got two vehicles here or three vehicles that aren't pulling trailers. Chad is dealing with some overheating issues.
So we don't want to stress his vehicle out anymore. And then my vehicle is pretty loaded. I think we could add the weight of the trailer, but honestly, Steve's the best option right now. He's probably the lightest. So that's what we're gonna try. We're gonna give it a go and see how it works out.
We're gonna make it to the top.
Oh yeah.
Come hell or high water.
Is it your first time pulling a trailer?
No, I've pulled trailers before.
In the taco?
In the taco, but they've all had like, if I hit the brakes, the trailer had modern brakes. They didn't have the separate, like, only one time have I done it with its own separate brake controller. 6 miles will be good. Yes.
That would be nice to cool things down, right?
Maybe knock some of the dust off.
He's got the same springs as you.
He's squat.
Yeah. Maybe turn the wheel a little bit to the right. Slow, slow, slow. Turn your wheel to the right. Come on. Come on. A little bit more. Right there.
We'll get over the mountain.
You.
Okay.
There he goes. There he goes again.
Once we get on this hill, we'll put it in third and just climb up. As soon as this car goes by, I'm gonna go.
As the Tan Taco saves the day, the team ascends to the 11,000-foot summit of Monarch Pass. With clear skies, we are able to see the amazing views this pass has to offer.
This is Monarch Pass, top of Monarch Mountain. The ski resort's off to the right. There's a little run right there. This is more of like the backside of Monarch, so it's pretty cool. I've seen this mountain a lot covered in snow, so actually I think this is the first time I've seen it not in the winter, so that's pretty neat. But we topped out at 11,515 elevation, so this is a nice climb. But team made it through. I mean, teamwork makes the dream work. So this is pretty rad. It's pretty inspiring, honestly. You know, you got problems, you deal with it, and you move on. So we're gonna switch the trailer back to Albert and put it on the Land Cruiser, since you know, it's basically downhill, if not flat, from here to our destination. So they're working on, like Steve just dropped the trailer. Albert's gonna pull in front, hook it back up, and then bada bing, bada boom, we should be back on the road.
We worked through another struggle, and we're glad to safely summit without any more issues.
We're pushing because the road ahead is actually closed, and it only opens at a certain time, which is 5:30. So we're trying to make that mark so we can sit in line and make sure that we are able to get escorted through when they actually open, because there's only a window of that road being open. So
Yeah, it looks like the blockage is about 5 miles, so we'll find some fuel just on the other side.
So we made it to the roadblock. Now we're just waiting to get through, but we did it. We made good time.
We are extremely relieved and grateful the entire team made it just in time. If we had arrived any later, the road would have been closed for the night. It turns out the closure wasn't due to construction, but actually a rock slide that ended up blocking the majority of the highway. As we drive through the devastation, it's crazy to think that this is a pretty common occurrence in this area. The state has this area marked for controlled blasts to mitigate rockfall in the future, and is also widening the road through this dangerous canyon to provide safer travel. With that weight off our shoulders, we can now focus on getting to our destination without any more hiccups. As we get closer to Ouray, the sun starts to set, and the scenery, yet again, is absolutely breathtaking. After another long day on the road, we finally make it to Ouray and soon discover another problem. It's peak season for tourists in this small mountain town, and all the campsites are full. The emotions and tensions are high, so it's time to put down the cameras and go to work to figure out a solution.
All right, so it's, I think, probably 11:30ish at night. We got into Ouray earlier today, maybe a couple hours ago. We probably should have prepped, done a little bit more site planning camp-wise. Right now, we've kind of got the group split up in a couple different locations. So Chad and I set out tonight to check out on a local's recommendation. She said that Printer's Mine. What was the name of the mine? I don't remember the name of the mine. We'll get back to you on that. So Chad and I, we were at this spot that wasn't ideal, and so
KOA campsite.
yeah, it was a KOA campsite, and I'm like, I'm pretty sure some of these people live here. So I saw a thing for if you get mail here, here's the address, and there was definitely some mailboxes. So Chad and I were like, hey, let's see if we can't scout out some other locations for the entire group. Let everybody get some rest tonight, and we'll see what we can't find. So we get up here to this mine, and in front of the truck here is like a deep gorge or whatever. We got a waterfall coming off over here. Probably get at least a couple of the trucks in here, but probably not many. I don't know if the trailer will make it up with the 80. They might struggle with getting up to this thing. So, but that's where we're at right now. This is Chad and I wheeling at night in Colorado
For the first time.
for the first time. So it definitely was a cool little trail, but we're probably gonna have to keep looking.
Coming up in Chapter 3.
As I kept coming down, it got worse.
That cliff drop off is what freaks everyone out.
The truck is broke on the ledge.
I mean, is it that first ledge up there? This trip has just been one thing after another, man.